scared of what's going on there, but okay. Hello YouTube, we're back and I'm being buried alive. This is scary. What is going on? Oh my goodness. What?
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So anyways, today's
That English again.
Today we're gonna be going over shapes. Mostly like the shapes of houses. If that clears that up for you. So you know what we're doing now?
I just thought we were gonna go back to kindergarten or something.
Oh yeah. Well, first, this bucket is shaped like a bucket.
Oh, no way.
This ender pearl is shaped like an ender pearl. And this bone is shaped like a torpedo. And this book and quill is shaped like a book with a feather on it. So now that we've got basic shapes down, we should go over building a house. Can you build me like a rectangle? And not a bone and an ender pearl?
A rectangle?
Yes, make it out of wood planks. I'm gonna go over other shapes.
What color do you want?
Oak wood. And I'm gonna start working on A-frame.
Like up or like where?
Just build like a one layer wall. Don't build it up. Just make it one layer.
What if I don't? What?
What?
Why'd you tell me to, a rectangle?
Yes.
Like an O?
No, like a rectangle.
I don't know. This is a rectangle.
That's a pretty small rectangle, but okay. That'll work.
Fine,
Alright, so guys, this is our house now.
Well, since someone wants to complain some more, this is not a rectangle.
Okay.
What you did.
What am I doing?
No, I said look what you did.
Oh. Well, what I'm making, it's one of the lesser common houses designs. It's a really... They have it for like vacation kind of houses. Like this is something you would see if you went like, I don't know, up north or something, and you went into like a log cabin or something. So we have this A-frame house, and they usually use something like flat for the front wall. So let's get something that would match this color. So like if we took something like this, we have this nice kind of triangular house. And then we can just fill this in. And then, I don't know where the entrance is. We can just take and throw a door. I don't know where doors are. They're under redstone.
I'm gonna find them the other day. I almost cried.
I almost did right there. And then, like, you can take another kind of wood and you can just split this off, like, I don't know, around here. And now you have this nice little second two-story house, or this can be like an attic or something. So here you have this nice little A-frame house. I think A-frame houses are pretty nice actually, and they usually have like some kind of support beam going across here, like inside the wall sometimes, like something like this. But then again, there's that depth that's lacking right there. But
You make houses that look like people. You make houses that look like...
I can't help that. It just, everything I built looks like a face. But anyway, so you have this little rectangle here, and then you can make that more interesting by throwing these little logs on the side here. And you've got this nice little detail, so this wall kind of stands out a little bit less, so it doesn't look as flat, and it kind of bumps it out.
It's an upside down table.
Oh my god. Stop. But with the house just being a rectangle, you can just have this little two-door, double-door, two-door, whatever you want to call it, 3 doors down. You can have this little rectangle here, and it's pretty simple design, but if you want to take that rectangle and you want to make it into something cool, You can take something like this, and you can just bring this out to about here. Guess they're a little bit proportional, but you can make it under proportion or over proportion. You can make something like this, and then just build these walls up. This isn't something you would find so much in real life, but this is something that's very common in like Minecraft survival builds. Like I know I make these kind of shape houses a lot. Why are these two like different sizes than the rest?
Oh, I didn't know.
And you can just like, you can use something like I don't know why I took this down actually. I am just tired.
Okay.
And you can just build this across like this, and you can just wrap this area around here, and it's got a nicer shape to it than if it was just like plain. And you can just like throw the door here, put that like this, and here you've got this nice little house that's completely done. Like you don't have to worry about anything else. This is the entire house. You can just like, you can take a bed and just like throw it down here, and you've got all these other entrances. You got a nice viewing. You got this little window here. Are you paying attention?
Yeah, now I am. Real cute.
Do you like my house? It's got over
Yep.
like 4 different entrances. So now the
It's fancy from this side.
yeah, it does look fancy from this side, and then you just like come over here, and it's like, oh, that's how it looks.
Oh.
Oh. Most of the time for like wooden houses and stuff, I don't usually do just like glass windows. Most of the time I'll either use glass panes just to kind of break up the depth and stuff, but you can also take something like fences and put it in. Or what I started doing recently, make something like this. So it's got this little support here, but it's also got this nice little viewing window. What do you think of this? Come over here and look real quick. Look at this window.
Different.
It's different, but it looks nice.
It's like a little chair.
Or you can just like pop that out, or like you can do something like that. Do you see the face?
Well, you're kind of standing in the way, but yeah.
If you like highlight your cursor like on this little block right here in the center, like on that
Yeah.
block,
See, I see.
it looks like a gigantic nose. Or you can also take something like a slab and put that down, and you've got this little one tall window. Or even if you did something like this. That looks kind of cool. It also looks very lemon shaped. I like lemon shaped windows. There are plenty other shapes for houses, but these are the basic ones. People usually try and go for something that's more rounded, but if you're going to use a building and you're going to try and round it out, you want to use something that has either a fence or something that has walls. But keep going with what you're doing.
Nothing.
Keep going with it.
Why?
Just do it. So if you wanted to make a building that was like, say the shape of a circle, kind of like this, you've got 4 right here. The thing with circles in Minecraft, they have to be very proportioned. And this is a very specific way to do it. So you have this right here, but these edges kind of look very blocky, because, you know, this is Minecraft.
Blacky.
Blacky.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You'll figure it out one day. So you can just take little cobblestone walls, and that kind of makes it look... It breaks that up in a little bit. It looks almost like there's stairs there. That kind of looks like these are corner blocks. So that helps round it out a little bit. Or with like what she's doing over here, you can take little like fence. I was doing something.
Well.
But you can take fences like right here. You can just round that off. It doesn't stand out as much because of the way fences look, but it's still. Oh, I just threw the fence.
Just it.
You can just do something like this. And there's also a pig right here trying to get into my house.
He's being nosy.
So, shapes in Minecraft. You have your squares and your rectangles. Okay, that's pretty obvious. You have your cube, which is 6 squares. We've got this little thing here. You don't want to go for perfectly proportioned houses. It's all about being random when you build because it helps to make it look nicer. So even though you've got this cube here, you can throw little log pile roofs on it, like this, and just do something like that. But it doesn't look quite nice most of the time. It really doesn't. It helps. For one, it helps if you're working with odd numbers when you're working with shapes. I mean, it just looks too plain. Of course, there's like nothing to it, but you know. What is with you and the wool?
My best friend today.
Hmm?
It's my best friend today.
Red wool.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And you've got your circle. The thing with working with circles, when you have the little the corners of the circle, you want to make sure there's an equal number. So like right here, this wall is 3 long, so you want this corner to be 3 long too. So you've got 1, 2, 3 blocks, and you've got 3 right here, and it just continues around. And then if you wanted to make the circle even bigger, you could do like, okay, let's say this is 7. Okay, this is 1, 2. And that should give us 7, yep. So you can do something like this. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I also made this dangerously close to the other circle. 4, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, boy. Anyways. I'm just gonna keep working around it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and so, oh, that's not, well, that's gonna run into the other building. So you want to focus on where the direction is. So like, what I messed up on, I ended up putting the wall like this. It should not go directly downward, like towards the other wall. It should be facing in the same direction. And once you get to this little center point, that's when it should shift over to this way.
It's a tree.
Oh my gosh. Looks like an arrow.
What?
Looks like an arrow.
Okay.
Do you not see it?
Nope.
You just give it a few minutes and you'll see it.
No. No thanks, I'm good.
Why? Because you're still going crazy over the sombrero?
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay, so now that we have this circle, I'm just gonna rebuild that other one real quick. Okay, like that, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, then here, not like that, and then put these last wall down. Okay, that's better. So now we've got all this room. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have this nice circle here, and when you're making circles, you want to work in odd numbers because then you can find the exact radius. So this circle has a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like the wall. So the wall length should be the same as the radius at all times. Thank you for marking the radius at the center mark of the radius.
You would see it.
And then the diameter, of course, should be twice the wall. So that's 14. You should never include the center when you're trying to... Thank you for making the radius more obvious. So we have this nice little circle-shaped building here. And then, of course, you can pull out the cobblestone walls again. And you can throw that on these corners. Now, there are certain shapes that I tend to avoid in Minecraft. I usually don't build, like, cylinder-shaped stuff, like people build a lot of towers and put a lot of chickens in my circles.
Oh, what? Look at him.
The thing with making it like a cylinder kind of shape in Minecraft when you're working on a small scale, it's honestly pretty easy. You can just take a basic circle, and you can do something like this, and you can just build this up here. Now this is going to be a pretty small building, so it's not going to look very good. But using the walls to add the depth and then add the roundness to the shape, that'll break that up a little bit. Now, with something like this, I wouldn't use just cobblestone. I would use something like, see, stone brick, and maybe smooth stone. That might look good. So you can do something like this, and just put that on the edges. And you have this little flattened look on here, and that looks kind of cool. But you can also take something like this. And then even though this has the same texture, the same colors and everything else as this block has like the circle shapes in it. So shapes on the textures are one thing you want to look out for, because it helps break this up a little bit, because stone brick is a very seamless texture, but chiseled stone brick is a very tiled texture. And because it's got the little circle shape, square shape, donut looking thing, and the bubble wand in my circle.
A bubble.
Shapes are also very important when you're going into detailing walls. Like, if you take something, let's say, like this. So, we'll mark off the edges like this, okay? And then we have this little wall here. That's going to intervene there, right? But that's not a big deal. I usually do stairs like this. And then you can just keep going with this design here. And that looks pretty cool. And it looks like little shelves. And you're just kind of rubbing your face against it because it's so beautiful.
No, that's not the only thing to do.
You can also do something like this. You can't climb up it, it's not a ladder. You have to have a mod for that. It's called the Smart Moving Mod. It lets you climb up stuff like this. But anyways, you can also do a wall like this. You can also repeat this pattern if you want to go up by one. You can do something like that. And that looks kind of cool, and so do those squid. And then there's one other thing you can do with stairs alone. You can do, like, you can flip the stairs upside down entirely, and just go like this, so you have both patterns going right there. And then bumps that out a little bit, and it looks like these and this are holding this part up here, while this is giving that little bit of detail. And also ink sacs. You want to pick that up?
I just did, God.
You can also take, say, like smaller shape just for little decals, I guess. You can just do something like this, and you can just push this wall back entirely. And you can take something like you know, just redstone, just put it on the wall, because that's not what I meant to grab.
Put it on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You can add little buttons, or you can even add them on here.
I really don't like when people use buttons, so, because I want to push them, and it's very upsetting when they don't do anything.
Is that so?
Alright.
So you can do something like that. So adding shapes to bigger shapes does help when you're adding the details to it. Like, even if you took something flat like ladders or something, and you just went along here, or you took something that was a completely different shape, like say you took where is it? Vines. Vines have a completely different shape than anything else here, but they have the little gray, kind of greenish color to it, and it kind of blends in with the wall nicely. And if it really came down to it, you could use something like rails, and use. That's not how that's supposed to work. You use something like that, and it kind of looks like something. I don't know. Looks like one of those little grates. Or you would see like a cellar door almost. So when you're building, just like creative building, like trying to make out like a house or like a store or something in Minecraft, you want to kind of go for slightly rounded shapes, not like completely rounded like this, like maybe slightly rounded. So let's like you take a rectangle and you add like a little bit of roundness to it, like this maybe. Like just kind of make it an ellipsoid. Yes, that's what it's called. Don't make fun of me. So you have this little ellipsoid right here. And it doesn't look completely like a circle, but it also doesn't look completely like a rectangle. So it's got a nice shape to it. I've used this for shapes of buildings before. But you can also do like a chest shape, kind of like the A-frame house. I did this in my Dub Hub series for one of my my stores. It was just kind of something like this. Kind of make like a U shape. Letters are very good to follow when you're trying to make shapes for a house. And that doesn't mean you should make an X-shaped house. But you got this little shape here, and that looks kind of cool. That looks kind of like a little entrance to like a hallway or something, and you can just take like stairs, and you can just round it out. And you've got this little, almost like a little doorway thing to like a castle or something.
Like an arch.
Yeah, like an arch. That's the word I was looking for. Eh. But if you were going to do something like this here, you wouldn't want to leave this part because it's going to make it look thicker than the rest. So you can just take something like this, and then that thins it out a little bit. And this just looks too weird. So you can go from just completely boxy to adding boxy to adding little roundness using just the stairs. I don't really have anything else to say, so I think that's it for this episode. Yeah, that's it. We don't really need to cover spheres in Minecraft or Toros rings, because those are really complex and they take a long time. And you can use your knowledge of making circles to make spheres. It's pretty much the same step, but you just make little circles until they build up into one big sphere. So, with that being said, we're gonna call it quits. Do you have anything left to say?
No, but for some reason there's a sign for you up there.
Well, now that that's on video.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye.